just ignore Beerus crying in the background. Are you quite alright over there? Excuse me? That's a bit rude, please? Yes, so I thought I would do a bit of an update because guess what? Hooray, my computer is fixed. You want to know what it was after all of that time? A dodgy RAM stick. We only figured this out because my computer had been intermittently crashing, as you saw with the blue screen crashes. But the other day, it just wouldn't turn on at all. And that's when my housemate was like, okay, that's got nothing to do with the SSD, like what's going on? So he pulled out the motherboard, saw that one of the RAM sticks was a tad like askew, like it was still in, so it was enough to register that it was in there, not enough to register it as like faulty, because usually if your RAM stick is faulty or it's not in properly, it will make a beeping sound, but it wasn't enough to do that. Anyway, so he pulled it out, and just left it out just to see if that was the issue. Here's the culprit right here, this one. So he says it's not really a necessity because I had 16 gig, this is 4, so I've just taken one of them out, and I probably don't really need to get another one, but I probably will at some point when I have the money, because they're about like 45, 50 bucks. But yeah, so he took it out, we ran some tests, I did some rendering and stuff. No blue screen issues, no nothing, everything was perfectly fine. So it turns out it wasn't the SSD after all of that. Oh my god, like it's just by chance that the computer just didn't turn back on, like just randomly. I'd never done that before. And that's the only way that we would have figured that out. I mean, unless we obviously returned to the old SSD and then got a new one and it was still doing it. But yeah, so he tried to test it by putting this bad boy back in properly, because obviously, like I said, it was sitting on an angle, like it wasn't quite in the pins right. And no, nothing to do with that. It's just a dodgy RAM stick in general. He thought that either it was just always like that, or it's just become damaged from sitting in there askew. Like I said, all of these parts have been replaced in my PC. Julian got this off of his friend Chris. Ooh, Chris selling me dodgy RAM sticks. But yeah, so it was enough like for the computer to work and like register and stuff, but not enough to like tell us that there was an error. I mean, it kind of did, because I don't know if you guys know, but when your computer starts up, it'll usually have like your motherboard and the information and stuff like when your computer starts up, which mine is Gigabyte, but that never came up before. So when he pulled out this RAM stick, I was just like, how come the Gigabyte thing's coming up? He's just like, that's your motherboard. I'm just like, no, it usually says American Megatrends. And Jack was like, what the heck is American Megatrends? So we looked it up, and it turns out it's basically like a company that makes software for motherboards, and the American Megatrends thing is actually an error message. So the computer was telling us the whole time that there was something wrong with the inner hardware. But yes, now we know what it was. It was the RAM stick. So I probably seem a lot happier because I am sitting here in my lovely warm dressing gown, and I'm drinking a tea, and there's beer.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
But yeah, I can actually edit now. My computer is fine. Didn't need to end up replacing that part at all. It just ended up being the RAM. Computers are just, they're so tricksy. Like, it just takes so much to like, you gotta test every little thing, and then an intricate thing like that can happen where it just stops working. Then it's like, okay, well, it can't be what I thought it was. It has to be something else. And yeah, it turns out that it was the RAM. So I just thought I'd give you that quick update. Yeah, and then I'll probably see you like over the weekend. It's the 10th of July today, and I'm in the middle of editing a vlog, and then I'm gonna edit my happy jar thing, my yearly happy jar thing. It's basically a jar where you like Do you mind? That's a bit rude, please. Yeah. Yeah, that's rude. Yeah. Yeah, that's rude. You wanna come up here? Iris wants to be a part of it all, apparently. But yeah, so this jar thing, I'd zoom in on it, but you can't really see it because it's behind a bag of treats. But yeah, it's basically like you put like little post-it notes where you write like good things that have happened to you throughout the year, or you put like little keepsakes in there. Also write down like all your goals, like things you want to achieve by the end of the year. Positive affirmations even, just so that you can open it on the 1st of January the following year and, you know, see how much you've done. And basically, do you mind that food, please? They're fighting. They do not get along, which sucks. I wish they did, but you know, some cats don't get along, just like some people don't get along. Yeah, so it's just good to like look back on and like see everything you've achieved, and then basically if there's something that you still want to work on or that's still relevant, but you don't feel like you've quite achieved it, you just put that post-it note back in when you do it for the following year. So I know that it's like July now, so we're like halfway through the year and I've only just done it now, but finally had the motivation, you know, replaced all my computer parts. I'm able to use the computer now, so I just have a little bit more motivation for editing, and I've got all these ideas and stuff that I want to put on this channel, and I just want to pump out content and just start anew, because I don't know if you guys know, I did explain it in my like I'm back channel intro. I did used to have an old YouTube channel that went by the name of The Renegade Killer Bee, but when I was going through a really hard time in my life, instead of just privatizing the channel, I deleted the whole thing like an idiot, and I thought I backed up all my old like videos and stuff, but I hadn't, so I lost a lot of my old content, which is really sad. And I had like, you know, a cute little fan base back then of like, I think it was like 2k, almost 3k people or something. And I deleted everything, like all my social media, like all my Facebook and stuff. So like all that little fan base that I'd collected, and like, yeah, lost everything basically. So I don't want to do that again. If I ever go through a tough time mentally, tell me not to do it and to just privatize my stuff, or like just not use it and just like delete the apps or something, but not to actually delete my content, because yeah, so much regret. Even photos and stuff that I got rid of, like old photo shoots and stuff, like some things I'll just never recover and never get back because I made a silly decision when I was in a low place in my life. And I'm the kind of person where like I have to basically like reset my life essentially, and just basically not have any of the same people in my life, not have any of the same clothes or hair or music or anything. Like I just like wipe it clean and just start from scratch. Yeah, we'll never do that again. But yeah, so it feels good to be able to start making content again and have the motivation to do so, and like, yeah, and have, you know, the equipment. I mean, I'd like to get an actual vlogging camera so I don't just have to use my phone. But yeah, we're getting there one step at a time. So yeah, that's my little update on the computer situation. It was the RAM! It was the RAM! Yeah, so I guess I'll see you guys probably, unless anything happens today, which I doubt, because I'm just gonna be sitting here editing and relaxing for today. Top of my lips like super dry. I don't know if you can see that, but it's doing that weird thing where like it just goes all red and like really sore and tingly like up here. Happens a lot in winter for me. It's like, you know, when you feel like you need to lick your lips all the time? It's like, if you've had it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I guess I'll catch you guys when I catch you guys. Probably on the weekend. Yeah. So this is my attempt at French toast. Hopefully it tastes good. I mean, it looks pretty good. Tastes like French toast.
It's good. So I am doing some of my meal prep now. Just made my French toast. It's like almost 12:30 because we did shopping this morning. But yeah, I went to the Source Bulk Foods because they had this new white chocolate. Pretty much just tastes the same as like all the other ones. I'm pretty sure they're all by the same company. I'm pretty sure it's the Loving Earth company. But yeah, so I got that and got this Lindt smooth blend. Yeah, both these are vegan, so that's going to be my sweet snack, and then my savory snacks in here cooking at the moment. They're like these little tartlet things. I think I threw it in here, but yeah, it's those vegan friendly petite vegetable tarts. They are delicious. And then my lunch, which I'm not going to have now, is going to be a portobello salad, which is a Madeleine Olivier recipe, so I'm going to attempt that later, but I'm just going to have these snacks now. All done. So I have done my makeup and I've taken some photos and I'm just waiting for Julian to get back, and then I think we are going to Savers. That might be him now, I can hear a car outside. So this is my little setup. I basically have a backdrop stand and I got 2 tripods and I got this ring light which you can change out the like whatever you call this, like basically to have a warm or a cool tone to it. I really do want to get one where it just the light bulbs, like the LEDs, change the tone on their own, but obviously don't really have the money for that right now. So yeah, this is just my little setup. This is what I do to take all my photos, or I'll take it like in my room and stuff, and sometimes like I'll use these as a backdrop. But yeah, that's how I do. In the car now, and we're going to Savers because baby always wants to go to Savers.
Yeah, Savers.
So we just got out of Savers and I got these earrings. I got them because they're kind of like half moon almost looking. They're like, you know, like in Sailor Moon how there's the Negaverse and they have the upside down like thing on their head. That's what it reminds me of. So I got these. Yeah. These are my lunches. This is the portobello salad. I'll link it in the description or I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah, so this is gonna be my dinner because it's like 6:30, but these are for my lunches. Yeah, I baked them instead. It's so messy. I baked them instead of frying them because I thought they were meant to be baked, but actually meant to be fried. So I'll do that next time. Yeah, we'll see what this tastes like. Julian just went to an auction place.
Yeah.
Right? And he got these figurines. You can show us your figurines, Julian? No. What is going on with this guy's torso? Salem is going to the vet today. Yes, she is. Going to the vet. Gotta make sure that she doesn't have a urine infection anymore. And then test her urine to see how much protein she's losing from her food in her urine. Luke Skywalker. I'm not sure what's going on with his face. Got some Mighty Max figures. That one, the one with the green hat, really does look very derpy though. You do an impression of his face? No, too shy.
I'm not doing that.
Too embarrassed. He did it for me just before, but he won't do it when the camera's on. That's cool though.
Oh, yeah.
Send him in her little cat carrier. Ready to go. Okay, so now we're heading to the Salvos. We're taking Salem to the... She did a very good job. So now we're just waiting on like 2 different... He's basically got some urine off of her and he's got to do a test to see if there's any residual infection, and then he needs to do this protein test to figure out what kind of diet she's going to go on and whether she needs medication as well as a diet change, because she's a very, very old girl. She's how old? She's like
19, 20?
19, 20, which means she's like, what was it, 100 Aurora in human years or whatever. Yeah, she's a very old girl. Grey hairs and all, and a limp. And that geriatric, like, the shakes. She gets that too, it's really funny. So now we're going to the salvos to return something that was faulty and see if we can exchange it for something else cool that's there. So hopefully they have something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We exchanged the broken wallet and we got this in exchange for it. So this was free and they refunded your points on your card as well, which is good. So yeah, it's in pretty good condition. And it's official Hasbro as well, because sometimes stuff is fake. But yeah, it's got the official logo on it and everything. Yeah, so I can add it to where the other pillow is sitting on my couch because they're like the same size, so it worked out really well. Now we're gonna go meet up with what are you selling?
Some goosebumps.
Goosebumps books.
Well, sir. The men from Project Blue Book.
Watching Project Blue Book, eating lunch, even though I already finished mine. I don't know if you can see this, but look how misty it is outside. I've just got up for work. So misty. So misty. Made Anzac biscuits. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you like my content today, be sure to fire up that like button and leave me a lovely comment below and subscribe to be part of the Flora Flag. Till next we meet, bye!